Hello, David Langsather here. Today just want to talk about tuning the neck of the violin, the neck area, and it's composed of three parts. Here at the base, this frequency. At the end of the part of the neck, between the tap under the peg box, needs to match a tap here. Just below the ebony wood and below the junction of the nut and the fingerboard. Those should match. And the third part is simply the tuning of the scroll. And I think we should do it in this order. The neck base, the end of the fingerboard, and then the scroll. So let's begin with the tuning the neck of the bass. And this is just a top plate, and it's tuned to 213, and the bass bar is tuned to match, which you don't have to worry about. It's 191.3. And this will be our acoustical reference. You can just use this to get started with the tuning of the base of the neck. So with this plate reference, you can use this to tune any part of the violin. Right? So if you were checking the back plate to see if it was right, say, yeah, that sounds about right. But these are different, you see. But according to the reference, you can tell if each part is right or not. So this is going to be the reference for the, I'm not sure what we're going to call this, but the base of the neck here. And you can look any of these things up on the website, which is violinresearch.com. And click in the middle, there's a big oval, and then that'll bring up a picture of a violin with all the parts labeled. Just click on that and you go to the section that describes everything. Okay, so this is a signal. So just listen to it, and then after I tap, you tap. So if I go boom, and you go boom. Right? And then after I tap, you'll tap here and see if yours is right. If it's this is too high, then just take the curvature where the base of the neck joins the horizontal part, and just sand a little bit at a time and scrape this area until it comes down to what you want. If this frequency is too low, then you're just simply going to scrape or sand this area on the side of the neck nearest the violin, and you might put a piece of tape here to protect the varnish. And you want these to match. And if you want to know which area to tap, just tap around and see if you can find a higher area, then scrape or sand that first. Okay? So once you have that in agreement, then you can check the underside of the neck by using this as a reference. So if this is a little too high to be in harmony, you simply sand or scrape that area, just a little bit off the very bottom, a little bit each way, and get that nice and even. So it's okay, like that. And if this is too low, you want to sand or scrape a little on the side, just below the fingerboard, and then that'll raise it back up. Okay, take your time and do that. So the second thing we want to do, we want to tune this bottom of the scroll, and it's important that this frequency and that frequency match. Okay? So you hear this is almost right, this side's right. This is just barely low, which means this side needs to be sanded down a little bit here, but I decided not to do that yet. Okay, and once you get that, so if this is too high, you just take a piece of this number 100 sandpaper. You could use a scraper or a file, and I doubled this over, and just sand this area on the end to lower it slightly until these match. And you have to be sure these are matched side to side in order to get these to match here. So this is a little bit low, that's a little bit high. Lowering this will raise that. Okay? So once you have those in unison, we're going to go ahead and tune the scroll area. So starting about here, just past the A tuning peg, and go all the way around and come right up to the eye of the scroll. So we tap on this. So from the up and down, from the side, they need to match all the way around. And just work your way. And when you do that, when you tap it, they'll all be in harmony. Okay, let's say that when you tap here and you tap the side's too high. So then you'd simply take your sandpaper or a scraper and sand this down a little bit until they match. Then move to the next spot. Keep going around until you've done the whole thing. Then do the other side. Starting here, go all the way around right to the top, and then same thing. Each time you hit this, it's 1, 2, 3. In fact, that's how you can tell if it's in tune or not. Just take your piece of spruce, and this is just top plate making wood, so spruce. It's about the size of my little finger, and it's about that long. Okay, so that just makes kind of a handy tap for checking. So once you've done that, about the only thing left to do is check the frequency of the end pin. So what you want those to be in harmony. If this is too high, just take off the chin rest, protect that with tape, and then file this back outside surface to bring it down until it matches. And if this is too low, what you want to do is file or sand this outside surface next to the tail gut all the way around evenly to raise it back up until those are in harmony. There are different frequencies, but all you care about is they're in harmony. So you even don't need a reference. Just tap this one, tap that one, and then if this is too high, file the head down. And if that's too low, then you just file this edge until it raises it back up to harmony. So once you've done those things, and you play your violin, and tell me if that doesn't really satisfy you with the focus and the tonal quality improvement. Okay? So, that's it. Thank you.